Hey guys, Zero here. I just want to do a quick video about these figures my son and I picked up on our trip to Walt Disney. I'm sure you guys have heard of them, the droid factories that they have there, the Build-A-Droid thing. We actually built like 6 of them. He had 3, I had 3, because I think it was like a buy 2 for $20 or something. It was like a deal. They were like almost 15 a piece, but if you buy 2 it was like 20. So we built a bunch of them, and it was pretty cool, I gotta say. You know, the experience of going through the bins and looking for the bits that you want and stuff like that, and you know, just putting your droids together. There are 2 units, or R2 style units, and then 3PO style units. So you know, they have different heads for the R2, so you could build R4s, R5s, you know, R7s, things like that. So those who know them will know, when you look at the heads, you'll know, okay, that's, you know, an R4, R5, or R3. I'm not as versed on them as I should be, and, you know, it is what it is. But my son, these are my sons. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit for you. So he built this one. It's B891 or I. So you get the parts. The domes actually come with little holes on top, so you can actually put in some kind of Disney accessory, like a hat. It's basically a hat, but it's a Disney accessory, pretty much. And you know, it's a little cheesy, but it's actually, you know, it's a pretty cool little thing, you know. As far as the quality of the figure, I would have to say they are probably as good as a basic vintage collection figure or Black Series collection figure. So here's one of the ones he built. Not exactly sure which head that is, but he bought, you just pop the little Mickey head right in there. So it's kind of a cool little thing, you know. I didn't actually, you know, I wanted to tell him, hey, let's match the parts or whatever, but you know, it was his thing. He wanted to pick the parts and everything like that, and I just felt like, you know what, just let him go at it. These are mainly for him, for his entertainment anyway. You know, this one is Juan 1, an exclamation point. They give you stickers, and it's a rebel though, as you can tell, the little rebel symbols there. But they give you, yeah, a pack of stickers to number and name your droid. This one's very patriotic. We got a little top hat, because, you know, he's classy like that. It's pretty cool though. I know it's an R2 body. And the legs are pretty much legs. They're droid legs, they're R2 legs. There's no difference, they're just different colors. But it's I want to say there were some torsos that were different. If I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw a couple different torsos, but primarily the parts were very minimal. What was different was the heads. So this is like an standard R2 head. It was actually purple, like the one Mace Windu's had. So they give you, like, you can build Windu's, Obi-Wan's, I think. You can build R2 if you find all the parts. You know, the little top hat is awesome. It's so cool. Clearly, you know, R2's got to have his top hat. And he built a 3PO unit. B34R is what he called that guy. And it looks like he's a rebel as well. And this guy's in pieces, so I'll show you really quickly how to bring that together. So you have your arm, you have your torso. The torso. Now this guy, I would definitely say is vintage quality, because is very articulated. You just pop those parts in. He bends at the elbows, swivels at the elbow. He's got a little swivel at the wrist, you know, and the shoulder rotates. His hip section actually rotates and swivels a little bit. His legs swivel, the ankles twist, the knees bend. So now, one thing we noticed when we got this guy home is, I don't know how it happened, but he actually got another left leg with a right foot on it. So the feet are correct, as you can see, but the leg is backwards. We didn't notice it, and I don't think he even realized that it happened. It was a little, I mean, you know, it was a little, I when I noticed it, I was like, damn, that kind of sucks, you know. There he is. But, you know, my son was pretty much, he ran with the punches. He was like, you know what, it's still cool. It's still a droid. He got to build it. He got to pick the colors. He's a fan of blue. Pretty creepy with that white head. But that's what he built. And then I have my 3 that I built. I haven't named them yet because I just, you know, I wanted to take my time doing that. I figured, you know, come up with something creative, but also fitting of the universe. So I put this guy together. I really like the black and the white and the gray. And his R9 head? I don't know. Don't quote me on it. I'm sure my buddy Joe knows which head this is, but I also, for this guy, picked this head as well because I just felt like, that's it, you just pop the head right off. It's got a little joint there. It's pretty cool, little droid parts. I also felt like that looked cool, you know. So my black, gray, and white droid, he could be either or. And I've got a Mickey hat for that one as well, because, you know, you have to take a hat. And it was really cool because the guys at the shop were really open about, like, you know, I mean, I'm not saying go do this. I'm not saying, you know, they'll let everybody do this, but he let me grab a couple extra bits and, you know, paid a little extra for the bits that I wanted. I only did it with that one and another, and my 3PO unit. If that black and white one, if you guys can think of a cool designation for it, let me know. I'm up, you know, up for options as long as it's not, you know, too silly. And I believe that's an R7 head. Again, I just went with the colors I thought were cool that would match, you know, match the dome, you know, pretty well. And I gave him a little, he's got a little Nazi Imperial hat. Sorry, not Nazi, but a little Imperial hat, which I'm pretty sure we all know where those come from, but whatever. He's a little Imperial guy. He's not Imperial. I was just like, I really didn't like the hats, but I grabbed one anyway because I was like, it's part of the figure. So here's my 3PO unit. So I like the red on this droid, and so I wound up, I was like, oh, I'm gonna snatch a gold arm for him, because, you know, that's where 3PO gets his red arm from. It's this dude here. Yeah, I was just goofing around, but they actually let me pick up his little red arm, so I can swap the arm if I need to. These don't come with hats, which, you know, it is whatever. It is what it is. Again, these are still really good, really well done figures. They're not bad at all. For Build-A-Droids, you know, again, I think it's more so the experience, you know, of putting your pieces together and taking your droid home or whatever. And it's when I went, it was pretty much moms and kids, dads and kids. You know, I think the dads had more fun than the kids did, to be honest. But the kids did. There were so many parts all over the place in a lot of the different stores. And that's the thing, you can actually find these in multiple stores. There's a couple. There's one at the mall, that Disney mall, and then there's a couple inside the parks. So just, you know, when you wander through, take a look, because you know, I did find some parts that I didn't find at others. I don't think that's the case. Like, I don't think that there's exclusive parts for different stores, but I did find, you know, separate, like, you know, different pieces from different, you know, like I went to one store, I was like, oh cool, they got this piece, and then I went to a different store, I was like, oh, they got this piece. So I thought that was pretty cool. Again, I don't think it was intentional. I think that it just happened to be that maybe that store ran out of that bit, or I just didn't see it. It was probably the latter. But that's cool. It's a really cool, fun thing. You know, it's Star Wars. Who doesn't like Star Wars? And they give you the cool packaging, you know, to put your figure in, put your name on it, so it doesn't have, you know, you can play with them. My son plays with his every once in a while. I just leave mine in the packaging right now, but that's pretty much what I do with most of my Star Wars figures. But it's a very cool little thing that they do there that's you know, exclusive to them. So if you get the chance to get out there and you're a Star Wars fan, you might as well go on out there. I'm pretty sure you're gonna do like me, and you were out there looking for those figs. So, and they do have Disneyland exclusive figures as well, but you got to look for those. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, it's like anything else. You're hunting for Star Wars figures. So, you know, if you're out there, you get a chance to grab one, I say pick one up. At the very least, you have a custom figure that you made to throw into your collection. You know, and anybody who's a Star Wars fan is like, oh, cool, where'd that guy come from? Boom. Instant story. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching.